In this video, we are going to talk about D2 Hora chart. So keep watching. Namaste and welcome to Pramanic Astrology channel. I'm your host Prasad Mahazani, help you raise your vibrations and become your true self with the help of Vedic astrology. And if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. And if you want to learn Vedic astrology step by step, join me on 33 days Vedic astrology bootcamp. Or if you want to learn or have one-on-one consultation, check out the link into the description section. And if you want to download the Hora template, which I'll be sharing right now, you just go and click on to the link in the description section and you will get the download file. Okay, so now let's get started with what is a Hora chart. Namaste and welcome to Pramanic Astrology channel, Hora chart. In this video will be in three parts. In the first part, we'll talk about what is Hora. In the second part, we'll talk about the Hora chart itself as a Varga chart and what are the houses we have to look in for and how it is calculated. And in the third part, we will take an example chart and we will convert that and see how to read Hora chart. What is Hora? Hora literally means an hour. Each hour is ruled by certain planets, but what would be the sequence? Which planet will rule which hour of the day and why it has a sequence to it? Let's talk about it, how to calculate it. Okay, so it all starts with the sunrise. Okay, each hour from the sunrise is ruled by certain planets and it has sequence to it. What is the sequence and what is the sequence? The first hour from the sunrise on Sunday will be ruled by sun. From the sunrise, 1 hour. Okay, then comes the Venus for the next 1 hour. Then comes Mercury for the next 1 hour. Then Moon, Saturn, Jupiter and Mars. These are the 7 planets. Okay, and on the 8th hour, it will again start with sun. And this is important. Now, on Monday, the first hour from the sunrise will be ruled by Moon and the sequence will continue. What was the sequence? It will start with Moon, Saturn, Jupiter, Mercury, Mars, Sun, Venus and Mercury on the 7th hour. And then again it will start with from the 8th hour itself, it will start again from the Moon, Saturn, Jupiter, the same sequence for the 24 hours for like 3 times a day. Okay, so each planet will get its turn to rule the hour, rule 1 hour of the day 3 times at least. Okay, and it will continue from the Sunday. The first hour is ruled by sun, that's why it's Sunday. On Monday, the first hour from the sunrise is ruled by Moon, so it's Moon day, the Monday. On Tuesday, the first hour from the sunrise is ruled by Mars. On Wednesday, it is ruled by Mercury. Thursday, Jupiter. Friday, Venus. And Saturday, the first hour from the sunrise is ruled by Saturn. And the sequence continues for 7 hours and again from the first hour of from the first Hora of the planet of the day. Okay, sounds confusing. We are going to look at a sample chart at the end of this video which will make it clear and which will help you to understand it even more. Okay, let's get started into the Hora part of it. And if you want to download the Hora template, which I'll be sharing right now, you just go and click on to the link in the description section and you will get the download file. Okay, so now let's get started with what is a Hora chart. What is Hora chart? Hora chart is also known as D2 chart, is one of the important chart which shows the wealth. Okay, and how you are going to earn your wealth can be seen with Hora chart. But when you look at the chart, you will see that it has only 2 houses. All the planets will be in either one house or the second house. And what are those? either it will be into the sign of Cancer or it will be into the sign of Leo. So, it is nothing but either the planets are placed into the Sun Hora or are placed into the Moon Hora. Now, all the zodiac signs, divide them into two parts, first 15 degrees and second 15 degrees. Just divide all the zodiac signs into two parts, first 15 degrees and second 15 degrees. Okay. Now, let us see how to calculate the Hora for Moon and Hora of Sun. Okay, let us try to calculate the Hora of Moon. Okay, Hora of Moon is calculated when just divide the zodiac into two parts, the first 15 degrees and the second 15 degrees. Okay, so for odd signs, the second 15 degrees of the zodiac is ruled by Moon, and the first 15 degrees of the zodiac is ruled by Sun. And for even signs, the first 15 degrees of the zodiac is ruled by Moon, and the second 15 degrees of the zodiac is ruled by Sun. Okay. And now what you have to do is you have to see the degrees of the planet, and once you know the degrees of the planet, you know either they are into the first half or into the second half, and accordingly you will see that the planets will go into either Moon Hora or Sun Hora. Okay. Now, the next level of or the advanced interpretation of it can be derived by involving house into this equation. Okay. What do I mean by that? Okay. In Moon's Hora, there are group of planets which which performs well into the Moon Hora, and there are certain planets which will perform well into the Sun Hora. So, there are group of planets in each of the Horas. In the Sun Hora, there are planets which are Sun, Mars and Saturn, and in Sun's Hora, planets are Sun, Jupiter and Venus. Okay. And when it comes to Mercury, Mercury is strong when it is at the time of sunrise or at the time of sunset. Okay. We will talk about its effect and how to understand the effects of it into some other video, or maybe we will cover it in live session. Let us look at an example chart which will clear all the doubts about how to read and how to look at the D2 chart. Okay, let us talk about that. So, this is the chart for 27th January 2022 when I am just taking this as an example, and you will see that planets are placed in certain houses, like Jupiter is placed in Ascendant at 11.56, okay, and Rahu is placed into 4 degrees, Moon is placed into 8 degrees, Venus is placed into the 17th degree, Mars is at around 8 degrees, Saturn is at 20 degrees, Sun at 13 degrees, Mercury is at around 5 degrees, 4.39 degrees. Okay. Now we have to calculate how to derive the D2 chart from this placement. Okay. And now you know that the first step to calculate the Hora, the Moon Hora and the Sun Hora is look at the degrees of the planet. Okay. Let us look at the degrees of the planet. Jupiter is placed into the first house, into the 11th degree in Aquarius, right. Aquarius is an odd sign. So, for the first 15 degrees of the odd sign will be ruled by Sun Hora, and the latter part of the 15 degrees will be considered as a Moon Hora. So, Jupiter being placed into the 11th degree of this odd sign should go into the Sun Hora. Now, let us go and check out where is the placement of Jupiter in the D2 chart, and you will see that Jupiter is placed into the second. You will see that Jupiter is placed into the second house, but into the sign of Leo. Okay, don't consider the houses, just consider the moon hora and the sun hora. So Jupiter is into the sun hora, and why Jupiter is in the sun hora, we just calculated it right now, and we will calculate the horas for all the planets with this example, which will help you to understand the exact meaning, exact calculations of hora chart, and you can calculate your own hora chart and know more about yourself. This is empowering and this is simple, okay, which will help you to understand your own chart better. Let's talk about the Mars. Mars is placed into the 4th degree into the odd sign, which is the first half of the odd sign. So this Mars will go into the Leo sign or the sun hora. Venus will also go into the sun hora. Let's talk about Mercury, and let's talk about the other two planets, Mercury and Sun as well. So those two planets will also go into the hora of moon. Let's talk about Saturn. Saturn is placed into the sign of Capricorn, into the latter part of it. So the first part of the first 15 degrees of the odd sign, first 15 degrees of the even sign is moon hora. The second part of the even sign 15 degrees is sun hora. So this Saturn will go into the sun part. Now let's talk about the Sun and Mercury. Sun and Mercury are into the first 15 degrees of the even sign, and which is ruled by moon. So this Sun and Mercury is going into the hora of moon, into the D2 chart, okay. And this is how you can calculate the D2 chart from the D1 chart. If you want to learn about D2 chart and more, check out the link into the description section, or if you want to have a template, I'll be sharing a template with you which will help you to calculate your D2 chart from your D1 chart. Okay, so just go and check out the link into the description, which will give you which will take you to a page where you can download that file, or it will send it to your email. Okay, now what is the significance of the horas? Okay, there are two horas, sun and moon, and the significance of the sun hora is for making wealth you have to go into the public, and for moon hora you can work from home, or you can be in your own environment and you will keep getting the resources or opportunity to make more money. Okay, this is a simple example. We will deep dive into it into some other videos, but the next level of advanced interpretation we can add to this is the house placement. Look at the houses ruled by, or the signs ruled by these planets, and you will know more about it. Okay, we will talk about it into some other video. If you like this video, put your feedback into the comment section, then I will plan one other video to explain you which planets become powerful in daytime and why, and so on. So yes, this was D2 chart, hora chart, as much as I could hold, grasp and share with you guys. If you want to learn Vedic astrology step by step, join me on 33 days Vedic astrology bootcamp, sending you tons of positive energy, sending you high vibrations. See you in the next videos. Love and peace. Namaste.